Hi folks, Bob Waite, Averill House Vineyard. Thanks for joining us again. Today I'm with the duo of Gus and Jean, which really is David and Stefan.
Correct.
So tell me the story of the name.
Yeah, Gus and Jean comes from your grandparents.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so when we were in high school, before we started dating, he knew my grandparents before he knew me.
Wow.
They would always talk about little David that they knew from their church. And then I met little David, and we've been together for 26 years.
That's awesome. Just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that. Yeah.
That was magical. When did you start into the music journey?
I mean, that was really from the beginning. That was really part of the reason why I think why we met and like sort of just kind of fit together. We both did a lot of music. Our parents went to church, and so we were just had a great exposure to music, and we both play several instruments, and just have been sort of musical our whole lives.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Did
you start by playing at church and then move out from there?
We started playing at church, and then. We just have been in like various bands and stuff over the years, and then probably about 3 years ago, we thought, hey, why don't we've done separate things, and we were like, why don't we do something together? It's been really great to play music, but also just to get to spend the time with your best friend.
That's so cool. Yeah, I mean, that, like for us, we decided my kids were all working in their own professions, and we were on a family vacation, and they were like all talking about how they hated working here and this boss that, and then they all got done, and they were like, we really should just do our own business. Yeah. And I was like, I'm all in, just, tell me what we're going to do. You know? And we started this chase of franchises, and they actually, we spent a year chasing down breweries, believe it or not. So what a shock, right? Yeah. So then on another family vacation with my mom, we went to a winery. We got down the winery, and my mom says, you guys are always at a winery. Why don't you open up a winery? It's like, oh, we have 2 acres of land. So, and my oldest daughter had bought us 6 vines from Lowe's for a penny a piece.
Oh, wow.
And we had planted it in the parking lot, and they grew. So I was like, and we had no idea what we were going to do with them. Yeah. I thought they'd die. So once they, all that came together. So it was like, I'm sure it's very, very similar. But it's really, really cool to be able to actually work with the people that matter to you.
Absolutely.
It's a pretty cool thing. Have you guys been writing a lot of your own music, or is that where you're headed? Or
I mean, we write our own music. We mainly, when we play, we're playing covers, just because that's what people know, and that's what people really, really love. Plus, those songs have been, have been
tried and true.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Proven success.
We actually were in a Singer-Songwriter Contest that was put on by the New Hampshire Music Collective. And we came in second place in some of the preliminary rounds. So that was a really great. A great adventure, and it's fun writing our own songs and playing our own songs as well. So.
It's scary though to have your heart out there.
Right. Yeah. Do you know Amanda and Rob Duquette? I'm sorry. They're originally from Hollis.
No.
Very, very similar. Great couple. They write their own music. But they said that she actually has a music program for kids at their house. They call it the Green Room, and they've just started collecting used musical instruments to provide to the kids that can't afford them. So that's it's kind of very, very similar kind of feel to it. But I think that transition from being able to just play somebody else's stuff and then really, like you mentioned, Stephanie, now you're putting your heart out. It's a whole different thing. Where are you headed with it? Is it because if you're playing somebody else, you can just play that anytime. But you might be you're writing music that might be working through things that are going on in your world.
Absolutely.
So, you see that growth,
Absolutely. One of the latest songs we wrote, we had a couple different friends actually that tragically passed away, and it was really tough, but it was a really great way to work through some of that grief and just how you understand that. And I think it's nice too to have also to have that to go back to remind yourself of that place where you were and sort of where you've gone from there.
Yep. Right. Right.
You know, so it's, it can be, you know, very therapeutic for sure.
When you guys were doing solo stuff, were you just doing covers as well, or?
Yeah, I played. I played drums. Actually, that's my main instrument. I just took up guitar just because I figured it would be helpful down the road,
Sure.
And it has been. I played in mainly like cover bands and stuff over the years. So yeah,
very, very cool.
Yeah.
And I was more the nerd. I was in the marching band and jazz band and things like that.
Oh, that was the real activity.
I'm also a drummer, so that's part
you guys, have the drum off.
Right.
That is pretty cool. I am not musically inclined. My brother is. He's one of those, guys. You sit down, he listens to something, and goes, "Oh, that guy's playing it with a flute. Give me the flute," and he just plays it. You know, like, how do you do that? You know, it's just amazing. But we talked about the dyslexia here through our adult lives. None of us knew we had dyslexia or what it was. So it was a real surprise when we found out that one of the kids had dyslexia, and then it totally made sense. So, because my brother had always had a challenge. My brother Troy always had a challenge writing the music, but he could read it.
Right.
Yeah.
But then to go back and put it together, a whole different thing.
Yeah.
So, he would just play.
Yeah.
Just sit down and play.
Yeah.
Just keep going all day long.
Yeah.
And then you give them, choice of equipment. We were at Copley Place in Boston, and nobody was playing the piano, so he jumped the wire. We were waiting for something, I forget what, and he's just playing. People were putting tips in the jar.
Wow.
The I think it's the Swiss Hotel that's down there, but the manager comes over and goes, "Oh, I'm kind of surprised. I didn't expect you this early." We just kind of went with it. Whatever we were doing, we got out and left. It was really cool to see somebody with that skill level.
Yeah.
But I know I don't have it. So it's like the easiest part. Who, when you were looking at musicians earlier, who were the ones that actually inspired you?
I think for both of us, strangely, again, we came together young. We started dating at 14 and 16, but we were both huge James Taylor fans already. Like, my dad was really into it. And so a lot of our set list is James Taylor. I think now living in New England, having that sort of piece of he's part of the culture here is huge. So James Taylor's huge. I would say for me, anything that has harmonies, so the Chicks, Fleetwood Mac, all of those kind of bands that multiple voices singing different pieces was huge.
Really drive.
Yeah, my introduction to music was reaching to my dad's music collection. And just discovering all of those, like Fleetwood Mac. And when I found James Taylor, I still remember just being enamored. I felt like I was in a different place. It just like spoke to me. And all those harmonies and but all those bands like CCR and Moody Blues and those bands that really I was really just reaching to my dad's music collection and his his taste of his curated list of amazing musicians, but definitely like singer-songwriter types, of course, but being multi-instrumentalist, like I think bands too, like really, we also went to college in East Tennessee, and like neither Carter Family Fold. So bluegrass was, I think, like a huge, of course, with the harmonies, and but I just love that, which I think is part of our Gus and Jean, is just the simplicity. I always loved that, that sort of one microphone, everybody sort of steps up in that harmony and then steps back, and of course, just growing up in church and church music and things like that,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely a huge influence on us. For sure.
Did Gus and Jean sing or play music?
So Gus could not carry a tune. No.
So I'm there with him.
He loved to listen to music. He was a huge bluegrass fan. But Jean, she was a beautiful pianist and she was a beautiful singer as well. So
that's cool.
And people say I have her face.
That's awesome.
So kind of
carried right through.
Right
that is pretty neat. What do you see in the future for you guys? Will you continue to move where you are now, or are you planning to write more, or is there, or you just organic?
Yeah, I think
we were just talking about this the other night.
Yeah, I mean, like even though we are older in age, we're new, for sure new to the music, which is just amazing. The music scene in New Hampshire is just so great, and so we're really just exploring a lot. I think we're just trying to really just be a part of the music scene here. Great venues like this here that just support music, we've been doing a lot more like private parties as well.
Sure.
Getting to do more weddings and anniversary parties and things like that. And I think it's a really perfect spot for us. Intimate settings like this here, where we can. Our personality comes through, and
still working around the school calendar.
Yeah, exactly. For sure.
And talking about that, so you're both in the education field, so you've got those challenges. So it's got to be a tough balance once school gets going.
Yeah, for sure. But it's so nice to have. Like I was saying, it's really so fun for us to get, it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like anything like other than just super enjoyable to be around people with your best friend. Making people smile and dance and sing along is such a rejuvenating feel that I think that, it's nice. It's a nice counterpoint to being in the classroom.
Back in class on Monday.
And we talk to our students all the time about do things that make you happy, self-care, really being true to who you are. And so it's nice that on the weekends we're doing that.
That you actually are.
Practicing what we preach. So.
Do any of the students say anything? Do they know that
they don't really know anything about our little
we usually try to keep those separate, just for ourselves too, just to kind of have our own little kind of oasis to kind of enjoy. So
that's cool. Well, they'll find out sooner or later.
True.
Just a matter of time. Any questions you have for me and the venue or anything?
How long have you guys been doing your summer concert series?
So we actually during COVID we actually got a from American Farmland we got a grant through Hannaford for about $1,000, and at the time we couldn't do anything. So we decided what we would do is take that money and move it over to entertainers and entertain outside.
Oh, cool.
So we so that first summer we used that $1,000 from Hannaford to kind of create what we've got now. So we did music and we did a ventriloquist.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's really weird. But we did a lot of things like that. So that kind of launched, and then once we did that, then we really felt that we could actually provide a venue that would launch. Individuals and what they're doing. And of course, we're just naturally curious. That's why you make wine. It's like you don't know what it's going to come out to until you throw it all in there. So it's like a total surprise. A year later, you go, hey, this thing come out bad. So it's the same when we look at musicians, we look at ventriloquists or whatever, where is this going to head? So our natural curiosity is, to bring people here and share it with everybody else.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for having us to play here, because it is so great. Like I mentioned in New Hampshire, it's great to have all these different pieces that we can all support each other. Essentially, we're a small business, supporting other small businesses. And I think it's great because then, the people of New Hampshire too get great wine, they get great music, they get, they get a great community that is supporting the arts and thriving.
No, you're exactly right, and that is exactly why we do it. Because for us, this is home, and New Hampshire to us is a physical space, obviously, but it's an emotion, it's a love of the land. For us, it's you know, it's really what life's about. You know? So to be able to actually enjoy it outside.
Yeah.
But talking about that, we actually have to get you guys going.
Yeah.
Everybody's waiting for you. Hopefully we'll be able to do this again.
Yeah.
But I greatly appreciate you guys being here.
Thank you.
Thanks
for having us.
Hey folks, we'll look forward to seeing you later. Bob Wade, Averill House Vineyard with the duo of Gus and Jean.